I feel like it's here in the headlights. All right, I can.
Sorry.
I think originally I wanted to do something that had stuff in reverse, and then I consulted with Alan Iverson and got some ideas. He had, I want to say, most of the ideas and vision, because I was just trying to get my pants on, really. So
I think you had a great vision. I feel like when we finally got together to film the video, everything just came together, and you were very organized about it. So I feel like all the creativity there was also coupled by being very organized. And so we hit all of the different visuals that you had set in your mind. And I feel like it really came together in a really organic, kind of natural way, which I thought was really cool. Unique would be the first word I would say.
Classic.
Definitely. I would also just say, and I mean, maybe not the topic because the song's more serious, but in terms of filming the video, I thought it was really fun. You know, I think that despite it being an emotional storyline, that we were still able to bring like a joy to it, which I feel like comes through, you know, in the video.
I mean, I agree with those, but I would say also, I really like the coloring. The coloring,
definitely.
like when I first saw the clips of you when we were just early on, I was like, oh, I really like the colors.
Yeah,
it really
it's bright.
pops, and the greens, and I want to say pastel even.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like the colors.
You're right. I think that there was a cool thing where it was like your bar scenes and kind of leading up to like the outdoor, the way that they kind of blended and like showing us in the different spaces and then coming together. That color like really represented kind of those different emotions in a way.
Agreed.
So yeah, I love that too.
The fields are nice.
Yeah.
You know, and especially when you're trying to, you know, open spaces are nice. I shoot a lot of videos with open spaces. It's nice, and it's a beautiful area.
I feel like we're both trying to like bring our styles into it too, where it was like aesthetically like what worked for you versus what was something that like worked for me. And like it's kind of like the last question, like those two different aesthetics actually blended really nicely together, and like in terms of the storyline. So that was a very cool part. Yeah.
Well, and I've seen, I mean, your other videos that you do. I really like what you do.
Likewise.
I imagine the water must have been cold.
Oh yes,
but
absolutely.
It's for the art.
Yes, it's for the art, the outdoors.
But it's awesome. It looked good. It looked really good. Yeah. Well, in my when I usually do videos, I usually shoot it in one day. So I think logistics was a slight challenge, because normally I don't have a lot of challenges with the videos because I plan everything out really well. But just logistics, and I was like, oh crap, what was I wearing?
Oh my gosh, the hats, the two different hats.
Yeah, two different hats.
Yeah, I feel like maybe like to add to what you're saying, like the distance of like kind of planning when we were doing certain shots that were separate and then together, and then being in Nashville and us both being like, okay, how do we figure out the dates and times and getting this to all blend like a strategic timeline?
I'm taking it. The Easter egg that fans should look out for is the phone number on the piece of paper.
The napkin, yes.
The napkin.
Oh yeah, I thought that was very funny.
8675309. I mean, it feels like what other number could go there? I mean, you could do the 555 thing, but I feel like that's been done to death.
I feel like that was ideal. There was many people that reached out via message saying like, I saw the napkin, or people like commenting, like repeating the numbers with like the little music symbol. I'm like, okay, so some people saw it, some people got it.
It's nice to add those things that way, you know, people are actually watching.
Yeah.
You know?
Completely. Cool. I feel like that makes it fun for the viewer, and it was just like a fun element to have in the video too. So yeah. Houston Bernard, take that away.
Well, I mean, it's very simple. It's because. Well, no, honestly, I was going to say, because I'm amazing. No.
I know,
but no, that's not it at all. The truth is, and I think this goes for any artist, if you're truly writing from your heart and you're not trying to be something that you're not, nobody else can be you. Yeah. So if you focus on that, I mean, that's what sustains me and keeps me going. Yeah. It's like, well, nobody could be me.
That is your superpower.
Right.
Yeah. And I think that when you're a young artist, like people are always trying to push you in that direction, like, oh, you should sound like X, Y, and Z. You should look like X, Y, and Z. And then it's kind of like when you grow up, it's like unbecoming all the things that people told you to be. Like you should, you know what I mean? Even sound-wise. So I feel like that's a very wise comment to say. Like that's so important. Be yourself. That's like the best that you can do.
Because you can't be anybody else.
Exactly. I like that.
Yeah.
If you could compare your creative process to a fictional character or superhero,
who would it be and why?
No, I want to hear yours first, actually. I'll answer second.
My creative process. Okay. Who's the guy that made Frankenstein? That's kind of my process where, like, a lot of times it's just like what I create, I feel like it's just a monster.
Intrigue.
Or it's like, it's just like pieces of things. And I'm like, sometimes my songs don't work like that.
Oh my gosh,
so I feel like
that.
Like my best stuff sometimes I'll write just for me and that's fine. And I'm like, I'm not sure I don't think people understand that.
Okay.
But I feel like collaborations really help me when I write with other writers, when I record with other producers. That feels like, somebody bringing out something polished. But so my writing process is kind of like, I guess it's Dr. Frankenstein, right? Like, yeah.
Okay. I'm catching on. I like that answer. Mine's gonna be super weird.
Okay.
So if you guys like Harry Potter, Luna Lovegood, because she's just like free spirit, she's all over the place. I just feel like my personality is a little bit of Luna Lovegood, and I feel like her process, if she was like a writer, would just be like, just making it happen, winging it in the moment, like just see what comes out. So that's my answer.
Oh, cool. That's cool. That's a good one. Longevity and consistency. And maybe that's a personality trait to a point, but yeah.
Also organized.
I'm pretty organized.
Yeah. But I think you also give off like totally serious, but you also have like the really fun, silly vibe. And people don't see that until they like know you. You know what I mean?
You're totally right. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's a very... that's a cool thing, I
think sometimes it gives a wrong impression, like, he's just after money, or it's like, no, I just want to make sure everything's organized so I can do what I do and we can all have a good time.
Absolutely. You plan ahead, make sure everything goes as planned. Like, I wish I was more like that.
I think people don't know how funny you are and quirky you are, but I also think that you live and breathe your art. And though you may not always be as organized as others, you are definitely there and you're definitely present with your art 100%.
That's a nice compliment. Yeah. I don't know if I deserve it, but that's a nice compliment.
No, it's totally accurate. I mean, it's hard to see it's hard to see yourself sometimes, but
yeah, it is. I feel like it is tough, like from the kind of music that I come from, like the folk background and stuff. People think it's like, oh, it's really serious, sad songs. I
mean, awards are nice, recognition is nice, but it's not the same thing as like, I don't know, when you write that song that you're like, oh my God, I'm feeling this. Like that, to me, that's, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it's maybe like with the song as well, that there's like a certain song that you cut that you're like, yes, like this really sets me apart, or this is really tells about who I am. I mean, there's so many different ways I think that you can set yourself apart, pushing the boundaries, like showing who you are, being vulnerable, being honest. And, I think sometimes there's a lot of like, people want you to paint over that and wear the mask and play the game. And you know what I mean? And there's a certain element to that in life in general. But I think when you can be comfortable enough to just be who you are and show all those sides, whether it's through like a song or a video, or I feel like that really can set you apart as well.
Yeah, definitely. That's hard for people to do when there's expectations, and music is a business and people constantly remind you of that. It's like, yeah, I know I got to do a certain job on a certain time, but I also want to make music that makes me proud to keep me getting out of bed in the morning.
Absolutely.
Okay, besides each other, because I've definitely wanted to collaborate with Ashley for a while, so this is exciting, and the fact that we're going to be able to do more.
I'm really excited about that too. I feel like we vibe. We have a cool vibe, especially together, and I think both of our styles like really lend themselves to each other,
and voices as well. And I knew that after the recording, because sometimes you get the magic of the studio, but it definitely works. And the feedback I've gotten is like, oh wow, your voices sound really good together.
Yeah.
And there is like this.
They blend nicely, I feel like.
Yeah, but even the personalities, sometimes people don't realize, but we will kick ass. And I remember seeing you perform at the Boston Music Awards. And I was
God.
Oh, she kicks ass.
Oh my God. Right. I remember that.
Yeah. Obviously, you did this thing on the knees.
Yeah.
I was like, she kicks
what
ass.
the heck?
Yeah. But speaking of other artists,
I've
definitely wanted to work with like Dolly. I mean,
totally. She's the queen.
Yeah.
She's the queen.
Yeah.
How could you not? Yep.
1,000%. But I like other artists. I mean, Willie, of course. I mean, they're all...
Totally.
If, recent artists, I would say somebody like Casey Musgraves or
Absolutely.
Brothers Osborne I'd love to work with.
Totally. Yeah, I feel like I have so many artists that I admire. I think if there was going to be another one, probably Laurie McKenna, Chris Stapleton. Yeah, those are some of my favorites. But I feel like our, songs that we're doing, the song that we did together, like I feel like it's such a unique, cool setup, and I'm just excited to see where we take it.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like my brain is all over the place. So there's many moments where people are like, I'm in mid-conversation and I'm not really listening, and I'm like thinking, I'm thinking of a song idea. Man, yeah, I don't know if I can answer that entirely because I think my brain works in that way all the time. Yeah, like, or I'll think of like a title, or I'll think of a couple words from something that's gone on or happened or that I've seen or witnessed, and just write it down in my notepad or in like one of my little notebooks, like, oh, that would be a really cool hook. Or I don't know if I could give an exact moment. Maybe you can answer that with an exact.
Well, there was a time where I would get ideas, melodies in the shower. And I'd be like, oh, crap.
Oh, no.
It's like, this is really cool. And so I'd try to get my phone over on the sink or whatever and just memo it and slippering.
That's
that kind
cool.
of thing. But definitely, like, stuff happens all the time. But I write less now because I have a different process than I used to. And sometimes when I write, it's like I have a concept. I'm like, oh. And then I like a concept, and then it'll go from there, as opposed to like hooks and things like that.
Right.
I've kind of changed my process a little bit. That's because I try to focus my energies elsewhere. Like, am I creating now? No. Or
are you in that mode to create? Because you have to be in that right mindset. Yeah,
but little hooks, little ideas, definitely write them. They could be anywhere, but it was the weird times where, like in the shower, when I was like not set up to write anything down.
You're like, and you're just repeating the same line over and over.
Yeah, trying to remember it. You get out of the shower, you're like,
you just say it over and over and over again. That's what I would do. Yeah. I love it.
It ain't over till it's over.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're very much telling that story. Like, there's a lot of mixed emotions in that song because you're like wondering, like, oh my gosh, are they done? Are they getting back together? Is this heartbroken, like they'll never see each other again? Is this coming back together? And I think even the music video kind of communicates that too. It's like you could kind of spin it in your mind a couple different ways by just hearing the song.
I like that, and I also think that sometimes people are in a relationship and it's good to take a break. And I like that in the song, it's not so, like one of the lines is, I spent the night at a guy's house. And it's like, it didn't really bother him because he has a deeper fondness for her.
Right.
And
they have a history.
Yeah, they have a history. And it's like, you know what? We took a break and we realized that being together is better because out there it's a lot crazier than we thought it was. Or it's the value is here. It's not out there. But it's, I like that. I think people can take away that, don't take life that serious.
Right.
Like sometimes people get pretty crazy with relationships, and it's hard not to. It's emotions.
Yeah.
But the takeaway is just sometimes you need a break.
Yeah.
To realize how
important they were. Yeah. Absolutely, I agree.
First of all, I mean, the fact that I'm doing a duet with an artist that I respect. The growth of being able to go, oh my gosh, there's another avenue I can go down that's really exciting.
Yeah.
And when two people work together and combine, not only we're sharing the songs with each other's fans, but sharing the experience, like it's cool.
Yeah, it is really very cool. I would say the same thing is that I haven't really done much collaboration as well, especially like a male-female dynamic. And I think it really adds, like we're bringing both of our styles and energy. And I feel like it's really good synergy together. Yeah. I feel like that's a really cool step in a new growth. Direction. Yeah, absolutely growth.
That's great.
100%.
Well, there's a lot. Like the biggest for me, I think that I want some of my fans to take away from is that, especially my last album, I had a lot of dark songs and about challenges and struggles. I want people to not feel alone when they have certain emotions, because I know what that feels like to feel alone, like really alone. So I wanted to inspire people to keep going. You know? And when you don't feel like, when you can relate to somebody else's music, sometimes you're like, you know what, they feel what I'm feeling. Like, they get me, they understand this.
Absolutely. And, there's genuine connection there in that feeling. I like that. And I feel like, to your point too, is like kind of saying like it gets better from here. Like, hang in there. Like, you are not, you know, the only one who's experienced these feelings, and you can still have these feelings and still have a really great life and grow from there, and, you know, still have so many chances to just keep going for what you want to do. And I would definitely second that. That's a really great answer.
Yeah. Okay, I wrote this with Willie Morrison, and actually, what inspired it initially is that I wanted to write a duet. Actually, I had Ashley in mind. I was like, I didn't know how good the song would be, so I didn't want to mention it. But I wanted to do a duet initially, and then we bounced off a couple ideas. He came up with the idea, Heartbreak in Reverse. I was like, oh, that's good. And then we just kind of, we tossed around ideas of experiences that we've had.
I love it. I love the title too. I was seeing a lot of people like just looking through like comments and different things. People like, oh, what a cool song, what a cool title. And I'm like, yeah, I think that really brings you in too, to people just being curious about like, what's this storyline, and, the infectious melody. Like, I'm super honored to be a part of it. So,
oh, thanks.
It's a great tune.
Thank you. The younger folks, I think younger folks are trying to figure stuff out, and any guidance, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm getting older. I see, especially younger men, and I see them making silly mistakes or motivated by certain things. And so I feel like, as an older person, I want to give some sort of guidance. So the guidance is, wait it out. I like the fact, again, I'll mention in the song, it mentions about dating other people, but you're not getting angry about it, not getting jealous, overly jealous. So you do something stupid. But I think the idea is the guidance that would bring is like, oh, don't be rash. Like, think about it. It's okay to take space. And if someone is important to you, don't be afraid. Don't let the ego get in your way.
Yeah. Fix it if it's really important to you.
And look inward advice too. Like, look in the mirror. Like, what can you do better as a person? Don't always put it on other people.
Absolutely. I love that. Collaborating and showing a different style, a different vibe, like giving this storyline of this really cool, music video and telling this beautiful story. Like, I think that it really just, shows all of our different sides in a nice way. And
yeah, I think, growing up, I really loved it when I watched like Dolly singing with Kenny Rogers. And it was just really interesting to me how they would do that, or George and Tammy. So I always wanted to do that, but it wasn't always the right time. And, things happen when they're supposed to happen.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited about doing it because I get to experience a different side. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's a lot of growth there. I've got so many. My biggest one, it's always nice when a fan comes up after a show and they're so excited, they're moved by the show, but I get really excited when the little kids come up. This is my first concert. You know that you're always going to be their first concert for the rest of their life. And in my mind, I'm like, don't do anything stupid. Like, make sure they feel like $1 million bucks.
Like the best time ever.
Yeah, and I'll give them a free anything I have. Like, would you like a guitar pick? What's that? Or whatever. With the kids, when I talking kids, like I'm talking like age 3 to like 18 even, where like, I just got a guitar and I'm really like interested in playing. And like,
it's that special.
In your mind, you think about your first experiences with a musician or that type of thing, and
it's a personal moment that you get to witness like with them. I think that's really, really cool.
And you're actually like making it happen. You're part of a big part of that. That's huge. So true.
For me. That's like probably like a really special core memory, like you said, for them when they think back on that. Like, oh my gosh, remember with Houston Bernard? Like, that's so cool. One of them was when I was much younger. I was probably like 16 or 17, and I was playing kind of up and down in Vermont, and I played this really cool, like kind of different type of coffee shop, but it was like also like a bar. It was really unique, and there weren't even very many people there. And I was up there with my fiddler, just playing for a couple hours, just acoustic. And there was this guy, and he was sitting there the entire time. A really, really sweet guy. He kept kind of smiling over, and he had this full kit of what looked like just pencils and drawing and like crayons and all this stuff. And at the end of the show, he walked over, and it was like the most beautiful like hand sketches that he did of me. And it was like this really beautiful backdrop, and he just gave me like 5, 6, 7 of these like heavy parchment.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, I had like chills. That was like my first really, as an artist, like experience with that too. So I was just like blown away. I actually still have them hanging in my studio, and I was just like, I can't believe he sat there for like probably 4 hours just doing all of these. Yeah, one of the coolest things ever. That was like one of my favorite experiences. I'm like, that's so awesome. Like they were beautiful. I'm like,
your art inspired his art.
Yeah.
That's
like
cool.
Skills. Like what the heck?
Yeah. I always feel like nobody wants to know what's going on in my life. Like,
oh man.
There's just, I don't know.
Busy.
Sitting at a desk doing admin work. It's boring as hell. So I don't know how to make that interesting.
Yeah, you'd almost have to like make sure it's a day that's quote unquote a fun artist day, which would be like I don't know,
a gig or festival.
Like a gig or a festival.
Yeah.
So they're like a part of when things are fun and brilliant. But a lot of the artist's life, like you just said, is like things that are seriously boring and not fun.
Yeah, a lot of admin. Like I call it admin.
So you'd have to pick a perfect day where it's like, okay, here or like here's all the work coming to life, like a music video shoot or a recording in the studio, and they get to see what that process is like, or a day when you're writing with somebody, or I don't know. I feel like you'd almost want to build the fun artist day for them.
Yeah,
right?
you don't want to make it boring.
Yeah.
You don't want to hang out with me. I'm gonna be here for 7 hours.
Right. Otherwise, you could be like, cool, let's go do like random fun stuff together that has nothing to do with music, which is, let's just go.
Just an excuse to get out of town.
Yeah, I want to break out of here too. So let's go do some fun random stuff. Like I'm cool with that.
I always try to, when we go on, so we did a tour in Alaska. Mm-hmm. And so, I'm bringing the band up, and I'm like, well, I'm familiar with some of Alaska. I lived there.
Yeah.
So I want to make the whole thing exciting. I'm like, okay, when we're not playing, when we're not, chilling, let's do something fun.
Yeah.
And so, we went to see a glacier. We went to do all these things. So I think I am the planner in my.
You seem like the planner. Yeah.
I'm a planner
the organization is top tier. It's there.
But that's what I would do. I would just make sure that, But yes. I also feel like I'm not that interesting, but I hang out with myself all day. So maybe I'm more interesting to people
you gotta have a good time with yourself, right? Like, absolutely. I think a fan would probably have the most fun with you because you'd be like, I planned this.
I planned this. This is gonna be good.
I'd be like, I didn't plan any of this, but let's wing it, and they'd be like mortified. So
no, I don't know. They might like that.
Choose your yeah.
They might like that.
Pick your poison.
Okay, a song, one song from my discography. Sound like Forrest Gump there for a second.
Discography.
Gosh, there's a bunch. I mean, my number one song for me, which feels like, hey guys, this is me, is a song called In My Blood, and I shot a video for it, and it just tells a story about how I got my name, where I come from, and it really brings the journey of, because I didn't grow up with my father in Oklahoma. He was a touring musician. And when I got to meet him, I got to learn more about my family, learn more about myself. So I think if I was going to share a song, that would be the one, because
I love that one.
Says a whole whole much about me, and I also feel like performance-wise and vocal-wise, it's one of my best performances. So What song for you?
I think for me, I usually lean towards the ones kind of like yours, where it's more personal. It's you telling a story or getting something off your chest. Mine is definitely Bad Girl, because it's like very personal. It's very like vulnerable. It's very honest. And honestly, like I feel like every time I sing that one, I'm releasing something from my chest a little bit from, being bullied, and some of the stuff I went through as a kid was not good. But I feel like that's the one thing that was like a positive, is being able to release that and connect that way via that song. So I feel like that one for me is like being able to, you know, take little pieces of that and kind of let it go in a, you know, artistic way, I guess.
Yeah.
You know.
What's a piece of advice you'd give a fan who dreams of becoming a musician?
Don't
like
do it.
you?
Go to school, do something else.
Mental health is important.
Mental health, get a really nice therapist. Just kidding. You can cut that part.
I feel like my advice would be too cynical, honestly, because it's such a hard road. It's such a hard road, but it's also rewarding. I think the best thing, if you're going to do it, always listen to your heart, always educate yourself, always focus on doing better. Again, be yourself. That's the most thing. And listen, you know, work ethic is huge.
I would add be resilient. I feel like that's one thing I really had to
resilient. Because you're constantly getting hammered with whether it be comments or the struggle.
Absolutely.
And everyone feels that. But you know what bothered me growing up? With people would say, well, make sure you have something to fall back on. I'm like, yeah.
What's your plan B situation, right? Yeah.
Like for me, I'm a hustler. I'm always doing something, and I'm trying to make a living doing not just music, but whatever. And I'm the boss. I'm in charge. I can live with that.
Or maybe not going into, like you kind of said, not in a cynical way, but don't have rose-colored glasses. Like there are going to be hard times. There's going to be a lot of times where you doubt yourself because you see other people living a life that, I've even been going through that, living a life that you didn't choose, and they're kind of saying, well, you maybe should have chosen that path or shouldn't have chosen. You really have to be really just being resilient.
Yeah, resilience huge. But I think, not everyone is resilient. So I don't think if you start music and it's not something that you're still passionate about it, don't force it. And it's okay to do other things.
Yeah.
And it's okay to take a break, and it's okay to come back, and it's okay for it to be a hobby.
Absolutely.